Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your favorite Door to Darkness. um, and yeah, today is the 20th anniversary of the release of Kingdom Hearts 2 in North America. And I wanted to talk about some of my memories with the game because it's I think one of the greatest games of all time, and definitely personally one of my favorites. Aside from that, and yeah, guys. So I originally played the first Kingdom Hearts with my brother, my older brother, who's around 8 years older than me. I was around 4 at the time, and he was like 12. And predictably, he had been keeping up with the hype for a sequel years later still. And um we also had Chain of Memories on Game Boy. um and so yeah, like we were waiting for it. I think um Kingdom Hearts 2 and Final Fantasy Versus 13, which I'll talk about in another video, um, were the first games that I really remember like getting hyped for when I was younger. Um, and this was during a time where my parents uh it was like their last shot at saving their marriage. So they got back together, and like, we had a little extra money. Cause usually my family was kind of poor, but because of the whole dual income thing, uh, we could afford to spend on games like maybe once or twice a year, new games, max 3 or 4. um and yeah, and obviously we begged for this one. And at least in Florida where I lived at the time, the release lined up almost perfectly with spring break of 2006. I think I was finishing up kindergarten or first grade. Uh I was held back because of my disability, even though I didn't really need to be. They just made that assumption because I was disabled, which I've already talked about. And like, yeah, guys, what can I say? What can I say, guys? I vividly remember the weekend spring break started. Um, we all went on a trip to Walmart to like buy groceries and stuff like that. And um the entire car ride there, guys, like I was just so excited, so excited. And then we got there, we bought the game, like and I still remember, bro, the cover, it was like one of those like shiny covers, right, with the artwork of them like standing on a thing right next to each other, like all the characters with Mickey on top, um with the kingdom key and everything. And like Bro, and I'm talking not even Kingdom Hearts Final Mix or anything. I'm talking about like the original international version. Um which I think added, just like the international version of Kingdom Hearts 1, a few extra bosses. I can't remember which ones they are right now. I think Sephiroth was re-added again, or maybe he's in the base Japanese version. I can't quite remember. But yeah, guys, and like I don't know, man. I remember getting back home that day that we got it. So it must have been around either late March or early April. And um I remember that when we were having dinner, I didn't even finish my food. Um that's how excited I was to go and play it with my brother. And I distinctly remember my parents telling me like, "Oh, eat more. We know you're still hungry because it's because you want to play that game that you didn't finish your food." And I forgot what I responded, but they were right. But I think they let us go leave the dinner table early, and me and my again oldest brother, who would usually take me in his room and like put me in his bed, and we would just watch TV or play games. Um and my other brother, my slightly younger but still older than me because I'm the youngest brother. We all were in his room, and I'll never forget being in his bed and watching the Kingdom Hearts 2 opening with Sanctuary playing, guys. Um for the first time. Like, bro, those are the types of memories that really stick with you guys. Like I can't even describe it. And like, man, guys, I'm disabled, so video games and reading were pretty much my only hobbies. And so like it was just such a peak experience. Like, it was so peak. Um and so goaded. Like, and basically for the entirety of spring break, I watched my brothers um play through Kingdom Hearts 2, and nothing will ever compare to that. Being, 7 years old and just watching greatness unfold. And of course I played it myself too. I during the summer, and I still also vividly remember this. I spent most of the summer playing through it myself. My the PS2 that we had, cuz we had a again during that time that my parents were together, we had a PS2 and we had a GameCube. Uh and like a Game Boy Advance. And the PS2 was in my brother's room. That was like his console technically. But I remember, I don't know if I asked for it or if my parents made him do it, but like my my oldest brother gave me the PS2 and he put it in my room and stuff like that. And yeah, I played through Kingdom Hearts 2 the summer of 2006, and I vividly remember one day when I was on the final Xemnas fight. Um my mom and dad were like, "Hey, we're going to go to church. Um do you want to go with us, or do you want to stay here and play your game?" And bro, of course, like, and you have to remember, guys, I was extremely religious as a kid, but of course I said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay here and play the game. Like, I'm almost done with it. I almost beat it." Uh, and I did that day. That day, before they came back, I beat Kingdom Hearts 2 by myself. And you know, it was like I think the second game or third game I ever beat. The first game I ever beat, uh I think was Super Mario Advance 2, Super Mario World. Um and like, again, just nothing will compare to, that entire end sequence of the game with Riku and Sora in the realm of darkness, guys. Like, words can't describe how it felt to finally see that of my own accord. It was technically, yeah, like the second, time I had seen that, but to do it myself, it felt like, such a big accomplishment. And uh and I vividly remember, like, because you know how the FMVs, of course, I didn't know what full motion video was. I didn't know that those ending and beginning scenes of the game were movies, and I'm like, bro, why did the graphics suddenly get so good? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, the KH cutscenes back then, cause Square had like this big production company that did not only the cutscenes for their games, but like Final Fantasy Spirits Within. OGs know about that, and stuff like that. But like, yeah, I just didn't understand. I'm like, bro, why did the graphics get so good? And yeah, it's stuff like that will just never leave my mind. It's so epic, bro. The world that never was. And I remember like wanting to fight Roxas too. I was confused why you couldn't fight Roxas in the world that never was and stuff like that. And then, bro, I eventually, through one of my first experiences on YouTube, found out about Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. And bro, throughout all my childhood, all I ever wanted was a localized version of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. And it literally didn't come until the last few months of my time in high school, which is crazy to me. Because I didn't own a PS3, I did own a PS4 though. And I didn't get to play it until 2017, but I'm thankful that I did. I've also vividly remember, like, when I lived with my dad eventually, because at a certain point we went to go live with my dad and not just my mom or both of them. Uh, I remember complaining about it to my dad like circa 2009 or 2010 while he was bathing me one day, and um yeah, guys, like he gave me a lesson in essentially microeconomics, and he said like, "Oh, the market probably isn't correct here for that game." I was like, "Yeah, but still tons of people want it." And it turns out that like, bro, Nomura didn't even realize it was that popular over here. That's why he never pushed for it to get localized. Um but yeah, guys, I mean, I think most people can agree that Kingdom Hearts 2, out of all the Kingdom Hearts games, has had the best battle system, or at least the most balanced one. Um, and like, bro, the music is on a whole nother level. Um, I think the HD 1.5 and 2.5 tracks, or in this case 2.5, are better because they're orchestrated. Like in most cases, a live orchestra doesn't even compare to the PS2 sound chip. But what can I say? I've said this before. Yoko Shimomura's my goat. She's my goat. She introduced me to classical music. And like opera and stuff like that, and like Kingdom Hearts 2 and stuff like that would go on to heavily influence my music taste, especially in regards to my love of jazz and like impressionists and romantics and stuff like that. And like um it was just the entire package, guys. Like um and also it ironically, Kingdom Hearts 2, even though, you know, the first Final Fantasy game I ever played um was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on GameCube. uh Kingdom Hearts, and especially Kingdom Hearts 2, is what solidified my love for the series, what introduced me to Final Fantasy 7. We got Advent Children on DVD like about a year after that too, and like I was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks just like the Kingdom Hearts cutscenes." No duh. Literally the same production studio, I think. Uh and so yeah, I mean, um Final Fantasy 10 also, guys, like, and 10 too. I'm like, who are those little fairies? And now it's like, oh, it's Yuna and then Riku and that other lady. I forget the third girl's name. But yeah, um those are my memories with Kingdom Hearts 2. Shout out to my brother Edgar for having such impeccable taste in games. Uh yeah. Um thank you, guys.